I'm Richard Lewis reporting for cadred.org. I'm here at DreamHack Summer 2013, and it is my great pleasure to catch up with someone I've interviewed before, my good friend Soaz from fnatic, but also a first-time interviewee in the form of Yellowstar, both from fnatic, as you can tell by the shirts. So, first question, let's talk about LCS and the upcoming summer season, summer split. I got to catch your first game back in the hotel. I was like mega busy here, so I only got to watch the game against Gambit. Incredible, convincing performance from you guys. I think it really surprised a few people. What have you been doing to improve while we've had this off season?
I don't think we really improved before during the split after the first season of LCS. I don't think any LCS team practiced that much because we had problem with visa and all this stuff, so no one played that much, and Gambit lost Edward, which was pretty bad for them, I think. So yeah, they picked up a new player and they need to improve their team play, I think, and that's it.
What's your take on it?
I think it's really tough to lose a player before, like it was 1 week before the season 2, the second split. They have to play together, they have to play a lot, they have to practice, and Edward was a really good player for their playstyle because he was making plays. He was even called the carry support on lane, and Genja is known for his passive play on lane, and he needed someone to push him to make something on the lane happen, but like, Darker needs to really play a lot to catch what they need, and that's what they need, and yeah.
But what about you guys individually? And the reason I ask is, I think there was some question marks about how settled fnatic were and how well you guys were gelling. You didn't look very happy at All Stars. People commented on that, and I think some people thought there might have been a few issues. Maybe you guys were a bit disappointed with the way the season had gone. Is everything solid in fnatic right now? Are you guys feeling good and practice is going well and everything?
We are feeling good in fnatic. About All Stars, it's like people are wondering, it was like the first match of 1v1, and it was not even the final or whatever, so I just want someone. I was happy, but I didn't show it. It's just something like that. After when I won the final, I was happy, but still it didn't mean so much to me. It's like one-on-one. It's just about matchup, summoners, and all this stuff. So yeah, but about practicing, as I said, we prepared DreamHack, but not that much compared to other events we prepared before. So yeah, we just aim to win, but we will see.
Okay. Again, you?
Yeah. Actually, those last week we were playing a lot. I would say a lot because we were practicing against new teams, especially because they are new and you know that they want to win. They are really motivated because they didn't have the chance to make it in the first split. And so I think they've been playing the whole break, let's say the break, because we didn't really practice during that time. We took some holidays, so we could just do whatever we want. But then from July we keep playing every day, and I think we keep improving, and that's what we have to do.
What kind of aspirations have you guys got for this LCS season? I mean, I think people look at you as one of the strongest teams in Europe right now. I mean, do you guys think you can maybe go further this season than you did last season? Really challenge and be at the very top?
I think this season of LCS will be harder than the last one. The new upcoming team are looking quite strong. At least they will be stronger than the 3 teams which left the season. So I think it will be harder, but I think we can do a top 2 at least this season again, and yeah.
Yeah, the last split we started really slow,
Yeah.
but we improved a lot.
Yeah.
And with the upcoming teams that look really strong because they keep playing, they are really stable. They've been playing for quite a long time already, and we really want to keep the first place, obviously in the rankings, and we'll do everything to stay at the top.
Can you give us some insight into what's different about these new teams that have come up? Is there a difference in play style? Because I think a lot of people have been surprised at how good the amateur guys that got into LCS actually are. I'll start with you this time. You're nodding. I can tell you got something to say.
So basically, those new teams are really good solo queue players. So they don't know each other, but they just play a lot between them, and every day, like you know this guy because you've been playing against and with them, and you know that they are good. So they just match together, and then they just form new teams, like really good teams, and then you just need to play a few times together. Then you get used to them, and you know what to do. And if you have that knowledge, you can obviously do really good plays, really good things in the game. And yeah, I think we've got a lot of work to do. They play really. Let's not say it's not really a new game, because if you play a lot, you see every single thing in the game, but you cannot really see some cheese.
What are your thoughts?
The difference between the new teams, I think it's about motivation, and we will see as well in the next week if they are stable, if they don't change some players and stuff like that. But yeah, about motivation, like when, for example, Dragonborn start losing like 4 games in a row, they are like, okay, we are just gonna try to win. They are not aiming to win anymore. Same for the Spanish guys. They are not motivated anymore at some point. So if they keep improving, like be on the top of the meta, right now about meta, the comparison between the first split and this one is like right now we are playing the Korean meta. It's like a lot of AP stop, bruiser mid or tanks like Malphite, and some new support like Nami, and yeah, right now we are playing the Korean meta, so I think everyone is at the same level about meta, and we just need to make new strategies and all this stuff.
Well, I'm glad you brought up meta, because I wanted to ask you some questions about the meta game, and whether you guys think Europe and North America have maybe become a little bit rigid and inflexible. I see a lot of people saying, oh, this champion's not viable, this champion can't be used in this role, and then you'll see a Korean guy pick it up and he'll be brilliant with it, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, you can totally do that, it's going to work. So do you think we need to maybe open our minds a little bit about the meta game?
Yeah, obviously, patch after patch, you can see any hero viable, but it's a bit hard to play because you don't really know them, what he's able to, and you know, for those new things, you have to play solo queue, you have to test them, you have to face them as well, because you can notice that, oh yeah, he's really good, so maybe why I should tell my teammates to play it, and why not try? I think like patch after patch it's changing, you see new heroes, you have reworks, and anything can happen.
Well, in terms of meta, I'm known for playing a lot of champions, so I like to make some not I won't say viable champion, but some new champion in the scene. Like right now, I play like one game we won with Lissandra top. Like no one played it before. I know that I think that Koreans played a bit some Lissandra top, but yeah, just try to play some new champion and some viable champion. So.
Well, I'll ask you as well, just a general thing. For your respective positions, who would you say is the strongest champ in the current kind of patch? So for top lane for you, and obviously AD for you.
In the top right now, it always depends what you need and what you're up like what are you gonna play against. But there is one for each role. I would say like one most OP tank, top, AP, and bruiser. For tank, I would say maybe Malphite or Shen. AP probably Rise, and bruiser. I don't really know bruiser right now.
Okay, that's all right. I'll let you
I
up.
need the list of the champion. Like I cannot think.
And what about you?
It really depends because if, for example, it's about matchups.
Yeah.
So if they have a stronger matchup and they have an advantage, for example, if you have blue side, they will have the golems, so you have to switch around. So you can always dodge, let's say, the problem. But it depends of what you need. But in straight fight, like I would say Caitlyn because of her high range, or even Ezreal. But you know, it's not the same domination because you have a big burst with Ezreal, for example, in team fights, you can kite and stuff. And with Caitlyn, you have a really good lane phase because of her range. You can push, you can do anything you want. But then you have Varus as well because he has a really good initiation and a quite okay laning phase. So
And then you've got Draven.
yeah, Draven as well. But he's really hard to play. Yeah, if you master him, you're really, really strong.
I'm looking forward to seeing him get nerfed quite a lot. I want to ask you about the blue Ezreal build as well. How viable do you think that is? Because I've seen that pulled out a lot in LCS recently. So is the blue Ezreal build, do you think Riot might tweak that? Is it too strong, or do you think there's benefits and disadvantages to it?
I think it's really strong, especially in early game with that lizard item, because it's not really expensive to what it gives, because it's like 2,000 gold, and it gives.
Patch.
Yeah, with
In
the new
patch,
patch.
you got nerfed.
So at the moment, like, it's 40 damage. It's basically almost like a BF sword, but you have CDR, mana regen, so all you need for the laning phase. And then when it comes to mid game, you have a lot of CDR, so with a jump you cannot get caught and stuff. It gives like safety. And in late game you have tons of damage, you can kite as well, so I think he's really, really good.
And I want to ask you as well about the changes to the jungle, how it's all spawning simultaneously now. Riot said it was the most requested change from all the pro teams. Has that change made the games more even? Will it stop the one-side advantage?
Right now, for top lane, I don't think it will change that much. Like, you can play basically anything you want, and if you want a lane swap, you're just gonna ask your team, okay, I'm gonna play this champion, I will be weak one-on-one, but can I be 1v2? Or the opposite for bot lane, I'm gonna pick like Vayne, for example, which is weak against Caitlyn or something like that, and I'm gonna go 2v1. So you can always swap around. I don't think it will matter that much. It's mostly about bot lane and golems. They always wanted to swap. Yeah, we don't have golems. They will have some advantage bot. So can we swap? But right now the problem will be, for example, if they have Caitlyn bottom, they're just gonna stand in the bush and push the lane. I don't think it will change that much actually.
Do you agree with that?
I think it will actually change the early game because it will maybe make more invades, more actions will happen in early game.
A lot of counter jungle.
Yeah, overall in lanes, I think because you had a disadvantage if you start at the top of the map in purple side, but now I think more strategies will happen in level 1.
Okay, so final question before I let you do your shout-outs and that sort of thing. I know this is probably a difficult thing to talk about. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Rekkles, the player, and him signing a contract with the team to go pro. What does that mean for you guys? Has it been disruptive? Does it mean you might be replaced? What does it all mean?
So at first, I was playing with Fnatic in October 2012 for Paris Games Week, but then I decided to stop because I had university, and I didn't see League of Legends going that far.
Yeah.
So I just decided to stop, and they had to find someone else. And fortunately, they found Rekkles. He's a really, really good player. Like, he has really good mechanics, if not the best. And I really like him as a player and person as well, because he's a nice guy. And I don't know yet. He will turn on 17 in September, so it means that we might qualify for the Worlds, which will take in October. So it means the end of the season, and I hope that we'll qualify, of course, and we'll probably finish the season together, and he will join a really good team for the season 4. So I don't know.
So I mean, what does that mean for you? I mean, does that mean it could be you might have to find another team, or?
It depends. If it depends of everything, because I know he's really good, and I have the desire to improve still a lot, and time will say. I don't know.
Well, I wish you all the best. I know it's a difficult situation, and thanks for addressing the question. Okay, so I know you've got sponsors. I can see them on your shirt. I'll let you do the thanks and the shout-outs. Is there any sponsors you need to say anything about?
Thanks to all the sponsors you can see on the shirt. Thanks for Fnatic and for you, for the interview, and all the fans, of course.
And thanks very much for agreeing to do it. Great to meet you as well for the first time, and great to catch up with you again. So there we have it. That was Fnatic. They're going to be playing their LCS games tonight. Make sure you follow those. I think, is it Ninjas in Pyjamas is one of the games you've got tonight? MYM, sorry. There you go. So that's going to be a great game. I'm still going to be here doing interviews like this one at DreamHack Summer 2013. So do stay tuned to the website. That's cadred.org. Thanks a lot.